What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy Detail back on another pregame live stream as the Lakers get set to face the Portland Trail Blazers Game 5. Looking for elimination without Damian Lillard. They should get it done. However, it is the NBA. Anything's possible, so they're going to have to strap down. Really quick before I commence, man, I just wanted to send out my condolences to Chadwick Boseman's family, man. It was a tough day yesterday, losing such a legend at a young age, gone too soon. So rest in peace to the Black Panther, man, the one and only. He will be missed, and it's unfortunate, man. I was a big fan of his work, and especially, behind the scenes, what he was doing with the community. So that's tough, man. We've had a very hard 2020. So, love your close ones, love thy neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Love everybody, because you just never know. And also rest in peace to Cliff Robinson. Thank you for reminding me, Jason Black. Cliff Robinson, man, from the Portland Trail Blazers. I used to play for them. So, he passed away. I'm not sure. I think it was earlier today. So it's been a very tough year, man. Very, very tough year. And hopefully we get some positivity here going, because I can't take much more of this negativity, guys. So, again, RIP to those guys. And they join, the ranks of legend. And they'll never be forgotten. Missed but never forgotten. Anyways, moving on to the game today. Whew, man, that's a tough transition, isn't it? It's a tough transition to just talk about something so serious and then move back to the game, which is so formal. Today, we got the Game 5 between Blazers Lakers. Keys to tonight's win. We have to shut down CJ McCollum. And I mean shut down because that's very possible now that Damian Lillard is not there. That's somebody that we're going to have to key in on and lock him up, man. So I really hope that we can hold him to under 30. And I don't see where else they can get all that offensive production from. So that should be awesome, man. Hopefully the Lakers close out tonight. We need to. That way our guys can get rest before the next series. The next series is where the true test commences. It's either going to be the OKC Thunder or more likely the Houston Rockets. So too early to start looking ahead yet. We still have to make sure we take care of business tonight. The Portland Trail Blazers, honestly, even without Damian Lillard, they still pose somewhat of a threat. Last I checked, they still have Carmelo who can score. They have CJ and they have big men. So we still have to make sure that we, that we close them out tonight. Other than that, it should be a breeze, man. If LeBron and AD play and we blow them out by the first half, I would love to see them sit and have our young players close it out in the second half. That way they get both playoff experience and confidence to move to the next round. So that's what's up. Hey, what up, Duke bro? I like that name, by the way. Absolutely. How was your visit with your mom? It was great, Jason. It was awesome, man. It was, it was my girl, my loved ones. We all went over there and just had a good time. Cousins and all. We went down to the Rosarito Beach and we ate right there, right by the beach. We had they had seafood. I had myself a big, nice, juicy steak. So that was good. That was delicious. And then we got the ride horses to end the day. And obviously, I got to see my beautiful mother. So that was a big win. But this week, I've just been here, man, chilling, getting ready for the games. Now, the season was this close to being closed. What I heard was, the owners stepped up and they wanted to, to do something positive for the movement. So that's the good news. They actually even opened up some voting spots around the NBA arena. So go out there and vote, guys. Get in there to Staples Center. You already know what it is. Just make sure your voice is heard here. We got to make sure that our vote counts. So just do that. And again, the NBA continues to move forward while the NFL and these other leagues take a step back, because they don't really open up their mouth or say nothing, or they punish their players for speaking up. So that is very admirable by the NBA. And I know it's polarizing. Some people hate it because, obviously for obvious reasons, they're not supporters of any sort of sports getting into politics type thing, and whatever, to each his own. But to me, I love it because that means that the players care about their community, and as they should, and they're actually putting pen to paper and doing action with their platform. So that's what's up. And it's gonna be interesting to see continue moving forward how they continue to use this bubble platform to to continue to promote the movement. So that's what's up. He said, Dan, you ready for our Lakers to win the championship? Man, it's been a tough year. That's the least we could hope for, man. That's the least we could hope for, man, just to redeem us just a little bit. Tough year. Again, my man Chadwick Boseman passing away yesterday. That was hard to hear. I didn't even know he had colon cancer. So that's how tough he was, man. He was acting. He was on the silver screen while he was sick. Imagine that, man. True warrior, Mamba mentality, just like Kobe, man. So again, this was tough. He said, "Who do we face in the next round? No jinx. I think it's going to be Houston, especially now with Russ Westbrook coming back. With Russ coming back, I think it's going to be the Houston Rockets for sure. I'm almost like 90% sure it's going to be them. I'd be surprised if OKC, makes it out of that, even though they're a very formidable team. So nothing was really truly surprised me, but I'd be a little shocked if they get past Houston. So I expect to face the Rockets and all their floppery. It's not going to be a pretty series, but as long as we win, it doesn't matter. Now, remember, we got to punish them inside because the Rockets go small. But again, I don't want to get too much into the next series. I want to continue to finish this one off. So let's look for Carmelo to have a big game. If you guys have fantasy draft, I hope you guys picked him up because I think Carmelo will have a big game. I also think CJ McCollum will get plenty of shots. And I think they're starting Hassan Whiteside because of his rim protection. So it'll be interesting to see how the Lakers continue to dominate in the paint because nothing has faced us so far. The series is done. Well, nothing's official till it's official, but yes, it looks very likely like tonight will be the last day. My man, Matt, how you doing, bro? Good to see you. He said, "Hey, Dan, I appreciate your basketball commentary, but how come you ignore people's opinions you don't agree with you?" I do not, Matt. I absolutely do not. It's impossible for me to read everybody's comments, brother. Trust me. If I'd ignored people's opinions that didn't agree with me, you wouldn't hear my rants and my, my back and forths once in a while. But I do my best, Matt. Once you get your channel to this level where you get a bunch of comments, you'll see where I'm coming from. But I appreciate your comment, man. I appreciate your continued support. Appreciate you. He said, "No Rondo again, no Waiters. It's a game time decision." I think Waiters will go. Rajon Rondo is somebody who, he's been out with back spasms. We really haven't brought him back yet. So since we didn't need his assistance in this series, I think they're saving him for the next series. He said, "Is Rondo in the lineup?" Not tonight. Not tonight, guys. Not tonight. Rondo's still out, which is okay with me because I want to see a healthy Rondo for the next series. I think we're going to need him then. But, yeah, hopefully everything's a go for next series. He said, "What's up, Dan? What's up, Laker fan? How you doing, bro?" He said, "Why ain't Waiters playing?" Deion Waiters, he was out with some sort of an injury. I didn't really look at what injury it was, but he should play, actually. Now, if you're talking about his minutes, that's because I'm not sure. Honestly, the coach has been limiting his minutes. I think it's because of his ISO ball. Maybe coach wants guys who are going to move the ball and play within the offensive scheme. But I would love to see some more Waiters, man. We really need Waiters to contribute to this championship run because he's an offensive skill set for sure that we can use. He's an offensive asset. I'm sorry. That's the right word. He said, "Waiters been having migraines." Oh, it's migraines. That's what it is. Okay, there you go. I didn't look into it. But, yeah, I guess it's migraine. Everybody's been having migraines. We're going to have to check that bubble. First it was Danny Green, supposedly. Now it's Waiters. So we might have to check that bubble, man. He said, "What's good, players, and let's go Laker Nation." What up, bro? How you doing? I feel the ball stops at Deion Waiters a lot more than other players. But you know what, Justin? I think sometimes we need that. I think sometimes we need a player that is not afraid of the big moment because sometimes we can get too passive and then end up taking some late shot clock violation type shots, which are percentage busters. We never want to take the low percentage shot. Sometimes you want to go early, but if a shot is not falling, then it's not going to look like a good shot, right? Obviously. He said, "Don't downplay migraines. They're terrible. They are so painful. I have them." Sorry to hear that, man. I'm definitely not downplaying migraines. I'm just saying there's been so many players with them in the bubble. Like, that's tough. You know what I'm saying? I wonder why all of a sudden is there something that's in the bubble? Like, I'm serious. Is there something in there? Because we've been hearing that a lot lately. He said, "Thoughts on Victor Oladipo?" Oh, you're talking about that rumor that surfaced recently that the Lakers are going to pursue Victor Oladipo? Man, if we have the cap space, we should pursue Victor Oladipo. We need another defensive-minded, guard. However, I don't think that's a realistic possibility. If I'm Victor coming off of an injury, I'm looking for a long-term contract. I don't think the Lakers can offer that. They can maybe offer a one-year deal if they opt out of the Danny Green deal, and then, excuse me, it's going to be a pay cut as well. So I don't think Oladipo's in the point of his career yet where he's willing to take pay cuts and short-term deals to try to win a championship. He's still relatively young, and he came off of a serious injury. If I was him and his agent, I'd be trying to look to lock up Manny. So realistically, I don't think he's an option. If he does come, that's definitely our third star right there, man. Hey, Dan, what do you think about the rumors? Lakers interested in Oladipo? Yep, pretty much just addressed them just now. He said, I'm not saying you said it. I'm saying other people downplay them. I know you're compassionate, and I appreciate you, bro. Oh, for sure, man. I'm just clearing things up. Look, I think it's a little suspicious. Not as far as them acting, but I'm just saying, like, as far as the bubble, we're hearing about all these players with migraine. So I don't know. We'll see. He said, I think basketball should be an escape for politics. Basketball is a way to escape briefly from what is going on in the world. I mean, you know what, Matt? That's a good escape for you. And so that's your opinion. However, I don't share the same opinion. I think if athletes aren't just athletes. I think they have a platform, just like I have a platform. And, if they're willing to, elaborate on their thoughts, then me as a fan, I'm very open to listening to it. And it makes me very happy to know that these athletes are caring about their community. I see nothing wrong with it. But again, let's just agree to disagree, because some people believe that basketball should just be basketball and politics should be politics, except, when it impacts your community, that's when you have to speak up and talk about it. But again, it may not be impacting your community, and maybe you don't experience the same type of struggles that people in the hood or people, that aren't in the suburbs experience. But at the end of the day, it's just a difference of opinion. He said, but the players are using the opportunity and they are taking the opportunity. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody who says they're big babies and stuff like that, I think that's hate, man, because you shouldn't really judge a person based on how they feel and how they express themselves. You know what I'm saying? So again, it is what it is. He said, these spoiled subscriber kids don't understand, man. Hey, man, to each his own. At the end of the day, I understand some people do want, to escape from their problems, but they have to understand and realize that the world is filled with problems. It's not just their own little world. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's world is full of all kinds of complicated problems and stuff like that. So, I mean, you can turn a blind eye if you'd like, but you can't expect athletes to do it. And I respect them for it. To me, LeBron's legacy has grown that much more. Even though obviously ESPN and other media outlets try to tarnish him, I don't ever buy into that whole media thing, because a lot of these people are just trying to write a story. You know what I'm saying? What I see as a leader when I see LeBron, and I truly appreciate that. Exactly, Matt. Yeah, we all have our own struggles. I agree, brother. He said, although I don't agree with BLM, but I love seeing that people are standing for it. You don't stand for something, you'll fall for everything. Exactly. You have to stand up for what's right. That part I do agree with you, bro. He said, the NBA ratings are down. Okay, Donald Trump 2.0. My goodness. I don't, obviously they're going to be down because, the games are airing earlier on during the day, and not everybody can afford cable, especially in this pandemic. So yeah, the ratings are down, but trust me, there's a lot of us that still care about basketball, and that's all it is. When will brown lives matter? As soon as we start taking issue to it, man, we have to really look up to the fact that, Black people have started a movement. And, if we also want to be heard, we have to start our own movement as well. This whole jealousy thing isn't going to get you anywhere. People that say, oh, what about us? What about us? Well, start a movement. Nobody's going to go against it, man. At the end of the day, look, man, they've been struggling for years, and they finally started one. And I joined up with them for the same reason, because I support a good cause. If we started a Brown Lives Matter movement, I'd be all for it. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing about my people, and I think this is where we can improve, is we need to be more outspoken, and we need to be able to unite more. You have to definitely admire unity. Is Dion playing? It's a game time decision, but he's very probable, which means most likely yes. He said, once Black Lives Matter, other colored lives will start to matter too. It's just, here's the thing. It's more about you have to speak up. You ever heard I'm sure you've heard of it, especially if you're from the hood, you know about this term, right? Closed mouths don't get fed. So if you want to be heard, you have to speak up, period. And that's the bottom line, no matter what it is. If you want to be heard, speak up. No excuses. Nobody's going to talk for you. It doesn't work that way. He said, if you become disturbed about anyone using their platform to confront their problems, then you have a problem, period. I agree with that. That shouldn't really bother us, especially since, most of the spoiled people who wanted the NBA season to continue got their wish. So since they got their wish, now they're happier. Some people are just say, oh, I blocked you, but now I'm cool with you. It's like, nah, man. Reality, if you block me because of my opinion, then you shouldn't follow me because it stayed my opinion. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's how I feel. Nothing personal. I got love for everybody. Honestly, Bible says, and I don't read the Bible like that, but I know that the Bible says to love thy neighbor, whether he's your enemy or not. You got to love him, period, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, look, it doesn't matter if we see difference of opinion, but if you do block me based on my opinion, of course I'm going to take offense to it because it's my opinion. And, you know what I'm saying, you're hating on me for my opinion. So that's all it is. But I'm cool with that. Again, they don't pay me to be your friend at the end of the day. If you cool with me, you're down, awesome. I love you too. If you hate me, I still love you, man. It don't matter. Either way, you clicking on my video and supporting me. So whether you down, like, or upvote, you're still supporting me. Dan, you're invited to the cookout. Oh, man, I've been invited to tons of cookouts, and I love it, bro. I love tasting all different types of cultural foods. It's just the best. The best. He said, the vision, Dame at home playing with his son. Love it, man. And by the way, I really wish him a speedy recovery. You got to love my man Damian Lillard, man. Nothing but love towards that guy. He plays his heart out. And for some reason, I don't know why Skip decided to criticize him. Or LeBron, both of these guys are stand-up guys. So I pray that one day he becomes a Laker, even though as of right now it's just a pipe dream. Just a pipe dream. He said, Dan, I appreciate you, bro. He said, hello, Dan. What's up, man? How you doing, Dan? Good to see you. He said, I think they should have kept protesting. Look, they made a decision. My guess is that the owner stepped up big time based on what I'm hearing. Obviously they started with the whole turning all these arenas into voting centers, which is great because, as we all know, the current president of the United States has tried to make it impossible to vote because he's trying to cheat his way to the top again. So they're making it easier and more accessible for communities. So that's awesome. I think that's a start. I think they're looking for more ways to promote, whether people like it or not. They're going to promote the movement. They're going to promote the movement, and I love it personally. But some people are going to hate it. Some people are going to claim to stop watching basketball, but they're just throwing a little tantrum. So it's all good. They'll get over themselves. They'll realize that the whole world doesn't revolve around them. There's bigger issues at hand, some of which, are being tackled. So you got to love it, man. He said, hello, Dan. How are you? Always enjoy listening to your stream and your knowledge of the game. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you, Alfred. More than you know, brother. Because, something uplifting like that is always really positive to read. You know what I'm saying? We need more positivity in the world, not just for myself, but for everybody, every culture, every race, white, black, Asian, Latino, everything, man. We need to be positive towards everybody. Trust me, man, this world is just dealt with too much hate, too much, sickness with the whole COVID. This 2020 has been hell, literally. So, and now obviously with my man Chadwick and Cliff Robinson and who knows how many more will lose their life. We have to look at the person next to you and just give them a hug, man, because life's too short. It really is. It really is. He said, man, these fans treating these players like animals. And it's unfortunate, that they get so much hate. But sometimes that's what comes with leadership. Let's not forget that Martin Luther King was hated by the majority, loved by the people with good hearts and the people that understood the movement at the time. Same thing with Kaepernick. Kaepernick was hated by so many. I've always supported Kaepernick, man. Even some of my black associates at work were saying Kaepernick was doing too much. And I'm like, nah, man, he's doing just the right thing. He's doing just enough. The man lost his career. And they were talking crap about him. He's got other endorsements. He made more money off the field. Don't hate on the player, man. This man started a movement, and now you see how important that movement is. So, again, anytime that you start something that makes other people uncomfortable, you're going to be hated. Like, I got the most hate I've ever got since starting YouTube from my last video. But that only encourages me to keep speaking up and speaking out. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to do my part to raise awareness, because there's a lot of ignorance in the world. Like, you see the comment sections and you'll see the ignorance. It's there and it's full of hate. But maybe if you could just touch one person at a time, if you could just open one person's mind up at a time, we could start saving the world just a little bit, just a little piece. You know what I'm saying? He said, Dan, you're so well spoken and speak with conviction. Proud of you. I appreciate you, Jay, man. That's truly, that's love right there. But no, I want the haters to stay and listen, because maybe they'll learn a thing or two. So just let them rock. I'm not gonna block nobody today. Now they get too disrespectful, then we block them. He said, why doesn't the NBA stop doing business with China? Because they have actual slaves in concentration camps. Hypocrisy. Look, man, I don't have all the answers, man. I'm not Sway. You know what I'm saying? I don't have all the answers. However, you can't criticize somebody for doing something good just based on them not doing something else that's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, two positives don't make a negative. You know, or should I say a positive? Whatever. Bottom line is, look, at the end of the day, you got to show love for the positivity that they are accomplishing. At the end of the day, you know, nobody's perfect. Nobody's Jesus Christ. Nobody's going to come here and save the world, but we can all contribute just a little piece. Just a little piece here, a little piece there, a little piece there. But I understand, man, and my heart goes out to the Chinese people out there struggling, man. I truly don't really truly comprehend what's going on over there, because obviously I'm so wrapped up into what's going on here within my own neighborhood, within my own state, within my own country. But at the end of the day, man, if there's any way we can contribute to other countries as well, I'd love that. I'd love that very much. When does the game come on Eastern time? Ooh, I know Pacific time it comes on at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So we got about a little like 43 minutes left. So in 43 minutes, I'm not going to tell you Eastern time. Well, 3 hours ahead. You're 3 hours ahead. So there you go, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the translation. I forget sometimes, I get it mixed up. He said, one of my best friends is black and I support him. I support my white friends, but I don't support BLM. Does that make me racist? No, that makes you you. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and criticize you, man. However, I am going to defend the people that don't support BLM criticize, because I support Black Lives Matter. So for that reason, I am going to, sometimes not agree with you. But who am I to call you racist? I don't know you personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely don't know you personally. So at the end of the day, Matt, only you know how you are. If you have black friends or not, and if you support them or not, that's completely up to you, man. But I'm nobody to judge you. As long as you keep it respectful on my channel, you're more than welcome to stay. Now, once people come on here and start saying racist stuff and start saying things out of hand, like speaking out of pocket and saying crazy stuff, that's when I hit the block button, because none of my subscribers deserve that type of hatred or slander or any of that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, look, whatever you support is completely up to you. And that's what makes this country great, is that we all have our own opinions. And as long as we keep it respectful, we can agree to disagree or whatnot. But personally, me, man, I definitely support Black Lives Matter, because they're fighting for something more important than sports, something that's more important than me and you, something that's more important than anything. So again, people will hate me for it, but there's too much hate in the world, man. If I could absorb some of that hate and turn it into love, then my mission here has been accomplished. He said he thinks that having one black friend. Now, let's not criticize him, man. I've known him for a while. He seems to be a great person, so let's not go and criticize him. His opinion is his. We don't have to cyberbully people. Look, as long as he doesn't get disrespectful, he's completely fine. Now, one thing that I've realized that this whole subject has divided Laker Nation. Somebody told me, why am I doing this? It's like, I didn't do nothing, man. I'm doing nothing but showing love and support to what I believe deserves love and support. If you're going to hate me for that fact, then feel free and welcome. Feel free and welcome, and that's completely fine. But I'll say this, man. Racism stems from ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that are racist don't know any better. A lot of them were raised in that scenario. Now, some people know. They know, because they're from this generation and they're still racist, and that's tough. I can't really help them out. Only Jesus can. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have hate and you grew up in the 21st century, then you're just plain stupid. I'm sorry. If you have hate for another race and you're from this generation, where obviously everybody should be colorblind by now, we're in the 21st century, 2020, for God's sakes. We got bigger enemies at hand. We got coronaviruses here, man. So at the end of the day, it's just plain stupidity. It's just plain stupidity, and I apologize on behalf of your parents if they raised you improperly, you know what I'm saying? But that's just dumb. And now, if you guys' parents are racist, then I can see why, because they grew up in a different era. But it's still our job to educate them and show them why it's not okay to hate said people. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. And since, we don't want any racist energy here, so sorry, Justin, you're going to have to go, man, because we don't appreciate racism in this channel. 400 years of hate, too much, too many. At some point, there has to be a turning point. And you would think, see, this is the biggest part that has confused me. You would think that people that watch basketball you know what I'm saying, would have the respect and admiration for our African American players, man. You would think that, oh my goodness, like, wow, like I love these guys. They become like a part of your family. I don't get the people that just watch and don't attach themselves to the athlete. I don't. Then how are you a fan? You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess you're just a watcher, right, or something. I don't know what to call you. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. Like, look, difference of opinion, but at the end of the day, we know the difference between what's right and what's wrong. Now, moving back to the Lakers, because we kind of like derailed ourselves from the topic of conversation. Moving back to the Lakers, man, I believe they have what it takes to win the championship. However, we still got work to do. Our defense has been exceptional in this series, but our offense has been sketchy in some of the games. We've looked a lot better in the last 2 to 3 games, obviously. You know, we're 3-0 in the last 2 to 3 games. So, but we do have to improve our offense for the next rounds when we face teams that actually play defense. Now, that might not be the case in the next round. We might face the Houston Rockets who give up 150 a game. But we still have to kind of start getting rid of those bad habits of slow starts and stuff like that, because eventually we're going to run into a team that actually plays defense. Maybe somebody like the Bucks. I don't know, somebody like the Celtics in the finals. You know, somebody really good, and we're going to struggle. So that's what we have to do, man. We have to basically start programming ourselves to get past team schemes, defensive schemes, and adjustments. We have to knock down shots. They've been doing a better job of it, but we have to continue to do that consistently moving forward in the final rounds. He said, Dan, I like your tweet about Patrick Beverley. That's funny, huh? I just found out that out today. He said, hating is too much work. It's easy to respect everyone. You don't have to love people, but at least show respect. Exactly. That's it. And it's easier for us that were raised the right way, but you got to remember, a lot of people weren't raised the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, so can we blame them? No, but we can definitely hold them to the right standard, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. He said, I feel like the Lakers need to be more consistent with defense. Our defense has been exceptional thus far. You got to remember that the Portland Trail Blazers were coming in hot. They were knocking down everything. So, you know, they were knocking down everything, and we slowed them down. I mean, Dame, I'm not sure about this. Don't quote me on it, but I don't believe he dropped a single 40-point game in the whole series, which is huge. If he did, it might just be one. It might just be one. Is it, Dan, are you nervous about tonight's game? Not really. I haven't been nervous about this series. Like I told you guys, I feel like we'll finish in 5 or 6, worst case scenario. But now it's going to be most likely 5 because Damian is out. But, yeah, I'd be more nervous if Damian was playing. But now that Damian, their killer, their MVP, their go-to, is out of the game, I do expect us to win. I'd be very disappointed if we don't come out with a victory tonight. So, again, I hope that we start off early like we've been doing the last couple games, and then, or the last game, should I say. You know, we start off early. You know, jump on them and then never look back. And then if we go up by 20 by the half, I'd bench both LeBron and AD. Unless they make a comeback, I'd bring them back. But that's the way I would coach the game if I'm Frank Vogel. It'll be interesting to see what kind of rotations he mixes in there tonight. But let's see. It'll be interesting. Let's see. I'm sure LeBron and AD are going to play pretty decent minutes till we, you know, get a good enough gap to where we can sit those guys. He said, who do you want the Lakers to face after the first series? It doesn't matter. Honestly, I feel like the Thunder are going to be a tougher team just because – well, actually, no, I'm wrong. I feel like the Rockets are going to be a tougher team because of all the flopping and stuff. However, if the referees and the officials officiate it properly and don't give them all the flopping trash stuff, then it should be an easier round because they have nothing to contend with us in the paint. Now, they did get a win versus us, but I feel like we just were overzealous and we rushed things in the paint. We got to take our time and just destroy them possession by possession. And it should be an easy, you know, again, 5 to 6 game series if we take care of business. If not, then it could be a little bit longer because we know James Harden's a killer. We know Russell Westbrook's on steroids all the time, just killing it down the lane. And I say that with all due respect, man. When I talk about Westbrook, steroids, I'm just talking trash because the dude is unbelievable. I'm talking about his motor, his engine. You would think that he wasn't steroids, but let's not discredit the talent that is Russell Westbrook. Dude is insane. He never gets tired. It could be overtime. Everybody else huffing and puffing. Dude grabs the rebound, takes it coast to coast, and just kills it at the rim. So I have nothing but respect for Russell Westbrook. I'm not a big fan of him off the court, especially because of the stuff he said about, you know, when we were trying to land PG, what he said. So I'm not a big fan of him off the court. I feel like he was too negative towards LA. But other than that, he's a beast. So we got to watch out for that motor. So that is a little bit of a tougher task than guarding Chris Paul and Steven Adams for 7 games. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I will say this, no matter who we face, we have to bring our A game because they're in the second round for a reason. They're not going to be no pushover. You know, I mean, especially if we go up against the Thunder with Steven Adams, that's a big body right there. I'm scared of Steven Adams because he's so huge and so strong that he could actually potentially hurt somebody like AD. So I would want AD to stretch the floor and do different things rather than bang down low with Steven Adams. So for that reason, I prefer to face the Houston Rockets. I think we have a better chance of getting out healthy out of a series like that than, you know, the OKC Thunder. Dan, thoughts on Porzingis tearing his meniscus? Oh, you reminded me. More bad news. Yes, if you guys haven't heard, Kristaps Porzingis is out for the season with a torn meniscus. So that's he's been injured throughout his career, man. He's missed. I've lost count how many games he's missed. So, you know, my heart goes out to him. I feel his pain, man. He's been a beast when he's on the court. However, it's been a struggle for teams to keep him there. So that's tough, and that's probably going to decide the series. But however, my prediction was correct about that series. I said I felt like the Clippers would get out barely. And that's what it looks like is going to happen. Now, the second round, that's where I expect the Clippers to bow out because the Clippers are not legit. I've been telling you guys, they don't have a legit big man, and they only have one go-to guy, and that's Kawhi Leonard. I told you guys even before the playoffs started that I don't trust playoff P or, you know, pandemic P, whatever they call him, to perform consistently. Now, he had a good game last game, and I tuned out once they went up 20. But, you know, that's not going to happen in a 7-game series versus a good defensive team like Utah or even Denver if they advance. So, yep. What happened to Capella? They traded him. They traded Capella to the Atlanta Hawks, was it? I forgot what team they traded him to, but, yep, he's gone. So that's good news for the Lakers that we face them because Capella could be a force in the paint, and he's another big body. He said, any other questions, guys, before I get off? I appreciate you guys tuning in. Whether you agree or disagree with me, man, I always appreciate the support. So thank you for that. But let's just always try to think positive. And, you know, during these hard, trying times, we got to figure out what we can do to contribute in society nowadays. You know what I'm saying? What can we do to contribute? He said predictions. Predictions for tonight. Lakers blow out the Portland Trail Blazers in the first half, and we sit Anthony Davis, LeBron in the second half. So that's hopefully what happens. Worst case scenario, we leave them in the game and we have to play the whole game to, you know, in a nail biter. That would be worst case scenario because you risk injuries. You don't get the rest of your guys, and God forbid we lose this game because Skip Bayless will have a field day. But yeah, I expect my guys to win, and hopefully we pull it out. Dan, how do you feel about the Lakers trading for Victor Oladipo? I like Victor Oladipo if we're able to have him, but I think isn't he a unrestricted free agent or something like that? That would be even better if we could sign him through free agency. But yeah, if we had to trade him, I would because, you know, I've always liked him since he came out of Indiana. I always knew he was going to be a beast. The Magic didn't know how to develop him, and then, you know, they traded him over, and then the Pacers developed him extremely well. So sometimes it'd be like that. One more question. He said, no, he has a year left on his deal. Okay, he has a year left. So, yeah, we'd have to trade from him. Hey, Dan, let's close it out tonight. Love from the Philippines. Go Lakers. Appreciate you, bro. And on that note, on that positive, loving note, I'm going to end this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Like I said, don't forget to smash the like button. It truly helps the channel. And if you already haven't joined the Laker family, go ahead and subscribe, man, because I'll see you guys right here for post-game recap. And we got so much more coverage to do over the following weeks, man. We got the draft to cover. You know, free agency, all kinds of stuff. So keep it locked right here. All things Lakers. I'll see you guys out there. Hopefully, a Laker victory. Peace out, Laker Nation.